Is it? I have nothing on my screen yet. So for those of you that are waiting or will get this in some version or another, then we will be ready in just a moment. And let's see. Nope, I am on something else. Well, that's not it.
Say hi to your dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Papa.
Thanks for being first. Hopefully you have a good time with this. We'll try to bring a little levity and some of us being in your house today without us being able to contaminate everyone.
You're welcome.
Yes. All right, it's still not coming up for me. It took a while for it to do it for me yesterday.
It was like half the video.
It wasn't quite that much, but it was like 10 or 15 minutes maybe. It was quite a while. Oh, you know what? You're right, because that's when it engaged for me to see everybody there. All right. I see it now, so I just click that, and then we're good. There we go.
Nina's there too.
All right. Awesome. All right. Well, here we go. So we cannot refer to the pandemic and any of that stuff by name because of the rules on Google and YouTube. So we will be referring to it as Voldemort, the phrase that we shall not be mentioned or named. So anytime we're talking about that or I make a mention, that's what I'm talking about. So, all right. Well, if you didn't join me, we know we're just kind of doing these little Jones family get-togethers. We're doing some different clips and things to kind of bring some levity and a break from all of that stress and chaos, and get to bring another one of my children. This is Alyson. Allie?
Hi.
The youngest of the 5. So here you go, putting you in front of the camera. You're not really comfortable being in front of the camera.
Nope.
You love being behind the camera, yeah. So, but we got Chad behind the camera today. Thank you so much, Chad, for what you're doing. And my lovely life is with us today running the Facebook Live. So thanks, baby, for all of that. And we will let you guys know you can type questions or make mentions of some stories and things you want us to talk about and chat about as we'll go through that step by step. So first off, let's talk, Allie, about what is it like being the youngest of 5? That's got a lot of pros and cons, right?
I mean, people ask me that all the time, but I've never been anything other than the youngest of 5, so I don't really have anything to compare it to.
Is it weird being in the shadow of 4 other people all the time?
I mean, to an extent, probably more so when I was younger.
Yeah.
But now that I'm like the only kid in the house, it doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, it's really weird how that went full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the best and the worst of us now that you're at home with just us. Yeah, not much to say there. It's all the worst. It's all the worst. Right. Well, you know, I can be tough to live with. That's your mom.
It's all good.
That's your mom. So us getting you is quite the story that I'll share. And I know you've heard it about 1 million times, but for any of you that don't know the whole story, we will now document it. So after our child together, Sierra is our 4th child. So I had 2. Mom had 1, which we talked about Jake yesterday. I adopted Jake. And we had Sierra together. 3 years later, after Mom had had a tubal, thinking that we were done with 4, I got into bed one night, and Mom was going from hot to cold. And I'm like, well, from my experience, that only happens when a woman is pregnant. You either get a fever or you don't, but you don't usually bounce back and forth. Actually, we thought she had a tubal and this wasn't possible. So I raced to the store to not buy 1 pregnancy test, but bought 2. And she took 1 and it came back with a plus. So I gave her the other one to go back in there and take the other one. And just the shock at first, like, I thought we were done. There was no crib. There was no baby stay. It was weird.
You're welcome.
Yes. So you were a miracle right from the get-go. I mean, it was really awesome. It was really cool. And that's kind of where Faith came into being your middle name, was a little bit. Because I think it really made us realize that things can be so much bigger than us. And yeah, you've been a blessing. And it's really kind of a cool to know God needed us to have 1 more. And here you are. Yeah. Well, that's a weird story, right? Kind of just an odd icebreaker to the momentum. But there you go.
My life is just a weird, odd momentum.
Is it?
Of stories.
Just pauses between oddness?
Yeah.
All right. So, obviously, we started yesterday with your brother, and we talked about your grandfather, Gaka. What kind of memories do you have of growing up with Nina and Gaka nearly every day in your early childhood?
I mean, I remember riding our bikes and like the Jeep and stuff on the roads that mostly Jacob drew because none of us could do it to our satisfaction.
Right.
And like digging in the dirt and stuff. But I remember always sitting on his lap to watch SpongeBob.
SpongeBob?
That's my like most vivid memory.
Is hanging out watching SpongeBob.
Yep.
See, folks, it is all about making memories from little things to big things. Isn't that great that, you know, Jake talks about a fishing trip in a storm and you're talking about just hanging out watching SpongeBob. And to this day, you always love watching SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's great.
SpongeBob is timeless. SpongeBob's timeless. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Well, we like to note that we have Sierra and Bobby with us. That's kind of cool. Taylor, of course, is there saying, I love this. So Taylor's already trying to mark her place in line to follow up after you. One of the things I think that was interesting is I was thinking about when you were little is, and there's a photo, so I'll make the thumbnail for the YouTube version. Your eye's twitching. Don't pull your mom's eye twitchy on me. So I actually have the photo. I had just found it. So I mean, literally like yesterday when I went in the shed. There's a photo of you with, in between your legs, you're holding a container that's almost as big as you full of Cheeto Puffs. And you have one in your mouth. It is such a great photo. Yeah, and to this day, you would do it if we had.
Oh yeah, I think I did this pretty recent.
Hanging out with like
I think that was like a couple years ago.
Oh no, you were like this big.
No, like a couple years ago.
Oh, up until a couple years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were that kid. You were like really into just yeah. So you were definitely in. You can contest, right? All 5 of you are so different. And as you get older, more so.
Yeah.
I think so. What do you think, baby? They're all, as they get older, they're more and more, they kind of keep splintering off to be less alike. Yeah, I think so too.
I think we did more together. Like, we could all agree on one activity easier when we were younger.
Yeah.
We were like, yeah, let's all go play outside in the dirt. And now we're like, let's not do that.
Yeah, you guys, it is way, way more difficult to get everybody on the same page now. That's definitely a trial with 5 kids that are at or nearing adulthood. So, all right. So we had our first question that came to me via text. So let's see the emotional response that you give when we reflect on how you were left behind at SeaWorld.
I remember that.
I know you do. You bring it up all the time. Like we're these horrible parents.
Fault.
I totally blame myself. I own it.
You can blame me if you want. I was like 3.
Yeah. You were about 3, right? About 3? Yeah, 3.
I really don't remember, like, being with you guys and then being left. I just remember sitting on that rock crying. And I was really mad.
But you were crying from being mad.
I was so mad you left me behind.
So it's one of these situations, to what little defense that I have, of I thought everybody else had her. Thought she was in the strollers or with the group, and we just left her behind. And we only walked, I mean, we didn't walk very far, but for her, it had to be eternity. And she wasn't crying because she was scared. She wasn't freaking out. She was mad. She had mama's mad, man. It was rough.
I like vaguely remember kind of looking for you. And then I don't know if I remember you guys ever telling me that if I got lost, stay where I was, or if I was just mad and was just like, I'm just going to sit on this rock.
That's how we found you. We found you sitting on the rock.
I would do the exact same thing if you left me somewhere.
Yeah, that's how you were. Because you're the only other time that I remember something even remotely like that, which wasn't even close to that. That's the only time I ever remember where we actually got separated from any of you. There was a time where I would be with Sierra, and I think we were in a store of some kind. I was holding her hand, and we walked around the display. Like, she let go of my hand, walked around the display. Now, at this point, she's so small. She was really tiny. She couldn't see me because of the display, and she melted down. She stopped walking right there. I walked all the way around. She didn't come out the other side, and she's there, and she is melting down out of fear, like totally freaking out. And I'm like, I'm right here. And I mean, we're talking about like 3 feet. We're talking, a couple of feet, but she couldn't see over the display to see me. Yeah, that's the only other time I remember. Again, all me. As far as I know, Laura has never left any of the children anywhere.
There used to be 6 of them.
We don't talk about the 6th one. Definitely not in front of Chad. No, there was no 6th child. You're it. You're the miracle baby. And after that, I guess the doctors now have told your mom, I guess we'll be in the medical journals for sure if you have another baby. So, all right. Let's see. Taylor says you were livid. So one of her favorite moments was her birthday, where she was trying to share her cake and got it everywhere.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that? Mm-mm. You were all about your cake. Actually,
I'm still all about my cake.
Yeah, it's true. So the photo in the hallway, we have her first birthday, like a little collage photo of like 5, and it is all about the cake. You literally just went hands first on your face. It was everywhere. And then the best part of the story is when you were getting a bath to be cleaned off, because obviously you have it everywhere. I don't know if you did it or if I don't know what you did, but you got it in your eyes. So you turned into this horrible negative meltdown. Oh, it was just so brutal. It was brutal. But you were always into like that cake.
Hasn't changed.
Hasn't changed. Give me cake.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Aria is more like C. Taylor says. I think
She acts more like C, but she looks like me.
Yeah. She is. She definitely has a more quiet and first off, all right, let's do this. You talk about your sister. Sierra is by far the most stubborn of the 5 of them. Yeah, I mean, we missed that story yesterday with Jake. There's a famous story that I don't want to spoil. We'll put Sierra on the spot and she can plead her case, but Taylor's daughter Aria has the stubbornness there. Yeah, definitely, for sure. So, yeah, Morgan had said that reminds me of Aria now. That was Taylor said, no, Aria is more like C. And then, yes, stubborn from your mom chiming in. So look at her running the camera and chiming in. Yeah, there you go. So, all right. So then let's say we go back and we talk about your other most famous small child story. Has to be the bunk bed stories. So you were known to hang, swing, jump, flip.
This is why I'm scared of everything, in case anyone.
Oh my gosh, you were always. I mean, again, I don't remember your brothers or sisters ever talking about daring you to do anything. I don't remember them ratting each other out.
Doing that, but that doesn't mean it didn't.
You just did it. So you had the bunk beds at Nina and Gaka's house, and your leg went through. You flipping, swinging, went through the framing railing, got itself caught, turned, and broke your ankle.
Yep.
And you would famously say, quote, "I break a D ankle." That was your famous phrase.
Broke the ankle.
Broke the ankle? Broke the ankle, moms. Okay, I'm being corrected. Broke the ankle, right? So you had this giant pink cast on.
Yep.
So we have a photo of you with the broken leg, with the pink cast, swinging on the bar. We didn't stop. The injury didn't wake you up. You were yeah.
I was like, let's break the other one while we're at it.
Oh my gosh. I could not believe that, yeah. That's how you...
What happened as soon as you got your cast off?
I don't know.
She fell and broke her tooth.
Oh.
Yeah, so you chipped your tooth.
Chip and Dale.
Yeah, Chip and Dale. You called it. So she fell, and because she chipped one of her baby teeth, she'd call them Chip and Dale. That was her name. Her name's her front teeth. Immediately after getting the cast off. However, I don't know if I still have the cast, or we eventually had to let it go. But we went. Well, they kind of get pretty gross. Yeah, and I cleaned it and did the best I could for a while. If some of you don't know, this will be news, and I'd be interested to see what you guys think. Out of the blue, we were at Brandon. Evel Knievel made a public appearance. So we went out because I wanted to see Evel Knievel, and y'all came in tow. Like, cool. And I remember we pulled up, and he had that crashed rocket car, which the boy, he's out of his mind.
Oh, yeah.
And I waited in line. They signed a little thing for Evel Knievel. I know I have the card that he signed, but he actually also signed your cast.
I vaguely remember wasn't there a bunch of tents and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember somebody holding my leg up and this random man signing my cast.
Well, yeah, I had to hand you. I'm standing right there, so I had to hand you. They weren't going to let me go back there, but he signed it. He thought it was really funny and cool. It's your swinging little daredevil.
I was chilling.
Yeah, he said, no fear. He was kind of like the, live once kind of guy, really. I mean, he definitely is that. So, oh man, we got all sorts of stuff here. So, she is stubborn like her dad and C. Thank you, Taylor. I'm not sure how to take that. I don't know how I'm the more stubborn one than her mom.
She's referring to Aria.
Oh, okay. So Aria is more stubborn like her dad and C. Okay, Taylor. I got you. I agree with that. Her side profile looks a lot like Sierra, says Renee. I can see that. You do. You definitely look a lot like you.
We have the same eyes.
And Zach look the same, like right here. Yeah. Thanks, Renee, for that comment. And did you ever witness? This is a question from Tay. Did you ever witness Sierra plotting against the boys, putting them up for something?
Probably, but I don't think I paid that much attention to it. It was probably more recent.
They don't ever. The weird thing is, it's easy for them to say that, we never said anything about C because she was the goody kid, but if everybody just ratted her out, we would have evened the playing field for all of them. We would have known. We didn't know. But I don't remember you being caught, like, putting them up to stuff or anything.
I feel like I just kind of did my own thing. Because, I mean, the other four were really close together, but I was almost 4 years younger than C.
Yeah. Yeah, you were definitely...
I'm just going to go over here.
They actually took pretty good care of you. They were more like,
so nice. Can
we entertain her and keep her happy? They were pretty good about that. Yeah. I think Taylor's the more motherly of all of them, right? So she was always like, is Alyson taken care of, kind of thing. All right. And then, of course, Nina says, that sounds like Riley. Yep.
What, the Daredevil thing?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Riley's crazy. Yeah, she definitely... Maybe we shouldn't let her watch this video, Morgan, because...
She'd be like, what?
She'd be like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. That didn't seem like something... I didn't know it was an option. And off we go to the emergency room. So that was one of my favorite stories of, like, the little ALY.
It's your favorite, me breaking my ankle?
No, just the fact that it resulted in you, getting your cast on by Evel Knievel, gotcha. And then as soon as you got it off, you fell and chipped your tooth. I mean, it was totally... Because we always tease your sister about being the awkward one that fell, because she, like, broke her wrist, fell again, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But you did the exact same thing, but it was only this one kind of thing. Yeah, you actually, I think you're increasingly clumsy. You really were not as clumsy younger.
It's cool.
Yeah. And you're definitely the zaniest one of the five. You're like you're just really, really funny and stuff all the time. You got this fun-loving spirit and joyful spirit about you. So that part, I think, where I don't know that you're as clumsy as much as I think that's part of it, I guess.
I think it's a mix of both.
Mix of both?
But I get really entertained with myself whenever I, like, fall over.
And you're always laughing at whatever you just did, stuff like that. So, all right. So... If you could go back and you could give yourself some advice, I don't know, you pick a date, time, whatever you want to do, what would you try to tell yourself?
Shoot. I don't know.
Okay.
Follow Jesus harder.
Harder? What do you mean by hard? Closer?
That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it weird transitioning into going to the church so regularly, because you were the youngest one, and it seemed like you were the easiest to be like, okay, this is the thing we're doing now, cool, okay.
I really don't remember. Like, I remember the first day we went, but I don't really remember transitioning into things or anything. It was just kind of like,
yeah, y'all didn't last more than a few days, and you were like, that was actually a big tell for me and Mom. We'd pull up in the van, you guys would just be ready to jump right out. Like, you guys were at home, you were good, and there's really been no going back. So, that's cool. All right. Could you go back and give Mom and I advice on how to deal with you differently? Anything we could do, we would have done better? You're like, oh, boy.
I like to think I turned out okay.
I think you're great, but I mean, you never know. You might have like, oh, man, this was a mess. I wish you had said this or known that or whatever. That's a pretty mature question, but I just thought I'd throw it out there just in case.
I'll just think about it.
All right, we'll come back. All right, Nina wants to know, wait a second, let's go back. Renee, I see your question. I'm going to hang on to yours. Yours is kind of a cool transition one, so let's come back to that. Same thing with you a little bit, Taylor. But let me hit Nina's. Nina's got a really good one. Hey, Dora, thanks for joining us. Haven't seen you or talked to you in a while. Hope you have fun. Take a break from all the chaos of everything going on out there. So we're just sitting, sharing family stories, trying to have a laugh and a memory together. Your Nina asks about cooking and tasting everything. Do you remember? I mean, we talked about,
I still do that whenever I'm cooking something.
Yeah?
I don't know what anything
Did you learn that from Nina?
What, tasting it?
Yeah, like just cooking and tasting everything.
I don't remember Nina tasting anything, but I remember her telling me to taste everything, like to try it, because I didn't know what anything was.
Right.
I remember tasting vanilla. That was pretty terrible.
Yeah, just straight vanilla.
Let me do it too.
Well, she's got to teach you the good with the bad, right? What was the craziest thing she let you try? You remember anything in particular besides vanilla?
I remember mostly baking.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like flour or vanilla or something weird
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But nothing too
You were
crazy.
always like, let me get my hands in it. Let me get it on me. You would cover yourself with stuff, man. You were the one. Do you remember being in the mud holes like Jake was talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. So Taylor has a great question. What is your favorite Disney memory? It's probably like a bunch, but what do you got going on here? A list of some top Disney movies? Because if folks don't know,
Disney movies?
no memories. I'm sorry. My bad.
That's cool.
What is your favorite Disney memory?
I don't really remember this, but there's pictures from what I would assume is my first trip of me holding the boy's hand.
Yeah.
Like both of them at one time or another.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, mom's
And I
melting.
love looking back on that. It's so cute.
Yeah, that's true. There's actually one
So
from my.
rude now.
There's one from Universal of you holding Zach's hand, which is super, super sweet and sentimental. That one just melts my heart every time I see that one. They were always really good about taking care of you. And of course, the boys can put on the front, and I think it's that brother versus sister thing. But when it came down to it, they were very protective. No one messes with the siblings. Yeah, no one messes with the siblings but us. That was their thing. Yeah.
I remember, I think it was my first trip. I remember watching the fireworks on the castle, and I was on top of the weird Disney stroller when I was sleeping. Or like, I remember looking up and being like, oh, cool, and then I just went back to sleep.
Right. What are some cool memories recently, or more, I say more recently? Anything that pops out of some fun times?
Taking the kiddos for the first time was cool.
Yeah, that's always fun to take the kiddos, no matter what time we go. It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. Yeah, you love hanging out with the little guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
those are
awesome.
my kids.
Yeah, that's cool.
Going with Chad was cool.
Yeah, going with Chad. Chad's all right?
He's all right.
All right, well, he's sticking around. We'll see. He seems good. He's a Disney guy.
Yeah,
That's a plus. That's definitely a
I love me
plus.
some Disney.
If you had to list 3 rides, you can ride these 3. Which are the 3 you're like, these are the 3 I really want to ride? Any of the
Ooh.
parks?
Why would you do this to me?
It's fun.
Probably Toy Story Mania.
Toy Story Mania. It's an awesome ride.
Yeah. I like the Snow White one. The
Yep.
mine train.
Little
one.
Snow White
That one's
mine train
fun.
roller coaster. A lot of fun. Yep.
I always really liked Haunted Mansion. I don't remember if I liked that when I was little. Probably not.
I don't remember
it's gone now.
any of you really
R.I.P.
caring for the dark like that. That's a tricky transition.
Yeah.
Of course, it stopped one time. We had Caleb, and there was a meltdown.
That
and
was tough.
yeah. Haunted Mansion is not scary, but it is dark. So with little kids, the dark is what the issue is. So awesome.
Oh, I'm concerned.
Oh, okay. So Taylor added to the cooking story about we would ask for the bowl and spoons.
I still do that.
Yeah, licking them dry.
Mom gives me the bowl. And when I cook something, I just go for it.
You just go in there,
Yep.
finish it off, right? Mm-hmm. Nina points out that they still are, which I assume is asking for the bowl and spoons, as you just said. So we have
Yep.
confirmation that we are totally transparent with our stories. So, all right. And then that's, okay. So Renee says her favorite is Pandora, which is Mackenzie's favorite as well. Have you ridden the Flight of the Banshee
Yeah.
other than the one time? I know we rode it the one time.
I think I did it one time with the Catrits, and then I rode it with Chad and his family whenever that was
cool.
that we went 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I could see it being everybody's favorite. It's a really cool experience. 'Cause it's like the regular ride, but it's also that whole
Yeah.
soaring experience. So, yeah, we really could do a whole thing just on Disney and Disney rides. Break down whole parks and stuff. Give people
Yeah.
tips. Could bring your mom. We should have. Somebody brought up doing like a round table with like all of you, but I don't think how we'd ever get the camera to kind of figure that out. We're a massive
Aerial
group.
view.
Oh, it's just crazy. Yeah. So, all right. So let me go back because there was a great question. Miss Renee asked, "What is your favorite or dream vacation?"
Like to anywhere?
Yeah. Anywhere. Dream vacations?
I
Got
don't
any of those yet?
I'd love to go to Europe.
Go to
Not
Europe?
Right now.
Not right now.
Not right now.
Not right
But
now.
at some point.
Not right now.
I mean, I'm a sucker for the mountains, so
Yeah.
anytime I can go to the mountains, I'm down for it.
Okay. Yeah, our vacation next month's not looking good, so maybe we
That's
can
us,
just
the
go,
mountains.
all right, well, maybe we just go, all right, well, we're going to cancel that, and I guess we'll be headed to the mountains. We'll just go during the summer. I don't know. That's what we'll do.
Back to the woods we go.
We enjoyed going to the mountains.
It was nice.
You drove me up a mountain.
I did nothing. You drove up the mountain. And we were like, oh, look, we're going up a mountain.
You had fun.
We
Yeah.
kind of...
She would prefer H2O.
Oh, that's a mermaid show.
That's a bizarre reference. Sarah's dropping in another favorite of yours. You watched all the... Man, that was like crazy
I will
binging.
still watch them. I like them.
That show was pretty...
Oh, it's terrible, but I love it.
Okay. Terrible, but love it. Okay,
I
know
don't
that.
want to be a mermaid, though.
Yeah.
I just want to hang out. I feel like that would stress me out.
All right.
Watching, see how it is.
Hi, Bob.
Oh, yeah, we said Bob earlier. So, all right. So, Office or Friends?
Probably The Office.
Probably The Office, yeah.
You're not a city girl.
Oh, yeah, New York. Ooh, yeah, that would be rough.
It's a downer.
Yeah. All right. So, again, we're just having fun. We're hanging out, trying to give your body a break from all the chaos and the news and all the stuff. So, we found it very therapeutic. So, we've kind of been diving in pretty heavily in the last day or so.
Morgan has a question.
All right. So, all right, Morgan's question. Oh, Jacqueline's there. Hey, Jack, how you doing?
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. We're just hanging out. So we're going to talk with ALY. We're going to go ahead. Let's dive into it. Morgan's question. She would love any Disney movie. She is definitely a Disney girl at heart. Which one? Again, I think I know. It is such a great film. So underrated. And you're actually one of the few people that really appreciate it as much as I do. Because I came out of it going, this is the best since Beauty and the Beast. Only Beauty and the
Are you
Beast.
thinking
is
Tangled?
Absolutely Tangled. You would love...
Probably, yeah.
You are Rapunzel.
I am Rapunzel.
I
What do
mean,
you
oh
mean?
my gosh. If there needs to be a crash of getting you through acting school and a job, having your hair in the done, because you were really good at singing those songs.
Oh, thanks.
And that's without coaching and teaching or whatever. You were definitely Rapunzel. And that is your story.
I'm homeschooled and I like crafts.
Oh,
And I'm
man.
goofy.
You know, I don't think I even put all that together. Wait a minute.
Yeah, and I'm blonde.
Homeschooled, blonde, crafty. She might
I like
be
to hang out
Rapunzel.
with my mom, even though she can be crazy sometimes.
She did not just turn you into the Tangled villainess. That is amazing. Oh, does that make me and the
I have
boys?
an animal sidekick.
Does that make me and the boys all the crazy?
You and or Jacob and Zach are the redheaded twins whose names currently escape me.
Oh, I want to be the unicorn collector. That's the best. The little
Vladimir.
Vlad collects toy unicorns. And of course, Renee, she chimed in yesterday. She's all a big fan of Moana. So we're going to have the White House in and just do a round table with them. You guys like Moana way more than I did.
The music.
Yeah, it was fun. There's a couple of really fun songs,
I
but
like the animation. It's really cool.
animation was good. It was
Like
not
even
bad.
like looking at their hair and stuff.
Oh yeah,
really
and
cool.
she looks really good. The animation in some
Yeah.
of the scenes are really, really good. The animation has come so far, so fast. So yeah, good question. Thank you guys. Taylor knew it was Rapunzel all the way, not even up. And Nina says you are just Tangled. Yep, you are Rapunzel.
Thank you.
Yep. So you survived so far. Are you good?
Yep.
We're good.
I like
Hanging out.
answering questions.
Yeah, we're hanging out, right? You haven't asked me any, so that's good. Oh, I am the horse, Taylor says in Rapunzel.
That's oddly specific, but I guess.
Ah, am I Maximus?
Are you Maximus?
Kind of.
I don't think you're that sassy.
No.
You're kind of just along for you.
Because I'm like goofy like Ryder.
I think Ezra's Maximus.
Yeah, Ezra is her sidekick. So I think that all the characters a little bit. Jacqueline agrees. She says that her Moana is her favorite at her house. So we understand. It's had it round.
Yeah.
Aria really likes a couple of the songs and stuff like that. I don't know. Taylor would have to chime in when she's here to talk about where the kids are in their watching cycles, because as a kids you guys go through different phases and different you kind of burn a movie out and move on to something else and burn that
I
out.
still
and,
do that.
yeah, you definitely killing me with some of that stuff. So let's talk about, but when you were a kid, you'd hang out at Nina Gaka's all the time. And you would hang out and you had two really favorite TV shows. They're like your favorite to this day. Like if we had a chance to get on, which two shows?
Big Comfy Couch and Dragon Tales.
Two shows that I bet half the people have never even heard of.
I remember when they put Dragon Tales on Netflix, like last year or something like
Right.
that, and I got so excited, and I watched a lot of Dragon Tales.
Yeah, there's a lot of Dragon Tales in my house. Yeah, man, there's a lot of Dragon Tales. The Big Comfy Couch is really kind of a cool, obscure one. I'm not sure how that was circulated and marketed. So to know. Chad, did you ever watch Big Comfy Couch? He's
I
nodding,
watched
yeah?
it the other, like a little snippet of it the other day, and I was like, wow, this is terrifying. And I don't know why I liked it so much.
I don't do clowns
But it's
well at
okay.
all. Even though she's
Maybe
not a
that's why.
scary clown,
Because
she's like a very...
more stressed out by clowns. Maybe that's why I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm really...
Maybe it's when she has the doll thing. I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, well, maybe.
I don't know.
But we overcame. See, you know what?
Oh no.
It was a good thing for us, right? We overcame our fear of clowns. I mean, went and saw it.
We watched both of them.
I know, within days apart.
Did you overcome your fear?
Listen, I held it
We
together.
sat through it.
No tears were shed.
No, I didn't cry.
Sounds like a win.
I got scared to the point where I might have had an accident. Okay, you can tell a story of watching.
Me?
We watched the first It at home. We rented it. So this started because we went and saw Addams Family, right?
Yeah, I don't remember why this even like came.
Well, there was a poster about it or something, and then you said something. Well, we should just go. It
I
help
was
us.
completely kidding, but it's fine.
And I was like, okay, we'll do it if you'll go with me, because I knew you were as terrified as I am. And you were like, your friend Ryan was all into it. I'm like, okay, well, if
yeah,
you get a
he's all
third
about it.
person, at least we'll have someone to cry with and videotape us so we can.
Poor Ryan. I kept like grabbing him violently.
So, all right. So then back up to, obviously, we're talking about It 2 in the theater. So we have to watch It 1 because we don't want to go in blind. So tell everyone about that experience and what scared me to death in It.
Well, I find it creepier when he's just a clown than when
Yes.
he's like, his face opens up.
10 times more.
So when he's just chilling, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
But when his face opens up, I'm like, all right.
It's a monster.
He's all right.
He's a monster. He's fake. He's
Yeah.
faking. He's not.
But clowns exist.
Yep. Oh man, everything went totally crazy. So okay, we'll finish that.
Am I
So
supposed to tell the story?
yeah, let's go to. So we're watching it at home.
So we're watching it, and it was like halfway over, and there was like a creepy scene where he's in the basement and like throws himself on the stairs. It's terrifying. And then you paused it, and you were like, on that note, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I got up to get a snack, so I stand up, and then the door opens like super slowly, and there's like this really terrible noise, and we both just freeze.
Yes.
And we're like, and mom's just dying, which isn't
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
Apparently C was coming over, but she
Yep.
didn't feel the need to announce her
We didn't know
arrival.
she was coming, so we had
Thought the door was locked.
So we had a little door stop with the door. So when she opens the door, it catches the door stop and it's going. So imagine this scary part of this movie. We're both completely stressed out.
I'm gonna go get my
The
cheese.
door just opens and goes. No one enters for a beat. I come unglued. I don't know how I didn't
I think
throw
we
the
just started
dog.
screaming.
It was brutal. I needed a minute. It was awful. It was brutal.
Mom's a bad
I'm a
person.
wuss. Yeah, mom was laughing. We're definitely the butt of the joke. But then we did go to the theater and saw.
She was not invited to go.
No, we
with
weren't.
us.
She ruined it because of how much she laughed and mocked us for days. She told everybody this story. So actually, for those of you that are on, you probably have already heard this story about 1 million times. So, all right. So then, we did go to It 2, and it actually wasn't as bad.
I was a little jumpy, but I'm always jumpy, so.
And I totally 100% agree with you. It is way creepier when he's just a regular clown
Yeah.
than when he's a monster. When he's a monster, he's a monster. It wasn't really that scary.
Yeah.
And I expect so much less, even with the jump scares. But when he's,
I mean, I still jump.
I know, but when he's like the little kid under the bleachers and stuff, he's stalking the kid, I was like, I think I'm going to die.
I went to a football game right after.
Y'all screamed.
Sarah says we
did
screamed. Okay, maybe we
I
didn't
went to
play
a
that out.
football
Yeah, we
game,
definitely screamed.
Like a high school football game right after watching that. And somebody's
Oh my
water
gosh, that
bottle
would
went
scare
under
me
the
to
bleachers,
death.
and they were like, "Who's gonna go get it?" And I was like, "I am not going to go get
There's
it.
no way I'd go under the bleachers.
Y'all can go. I wish you well."
I'm glad it was so significantly different than when I was a kid. So, okay, so we mentioned Taylor's kids. So I didn't know that they would watch this. Taylor says Caleb is on a Polar Express phase, which doesn't surprise me because he's obsessed with trains.
I think I remember him asking for it once.
And Aria, of course, wants to watch Frozen or Land Before Time, which again
Land
doesn't.
Before Time.
I don't know
I
that.
could watch some Land Before Time. Frozen's kind of killing me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of the Frozen thing.
Yeah.
I talked about that with Jake. I am done.
I like Frozen, but we watch it
Right.
a couple times a week.
All right. Taylor says that's more of my time. Taylor said I did the clock and had the Molly doll.
Oh, I remember doing the clock.
Oh
thing.
yeah, you
I
guys.
don't remember having the doll, but I remember laying on the floor and doing the thing with my legs.
I don't remember the Molly doll.
You do it for the audience.
I am not going to do. I don't think I'm that flexible anymore.
Yeah, they would lay on their back and you would move your
You know,
leg
12 o'clock about to
around.
happen.
Yeah. Well, you guys were fun. You guys would just do these crazy things together. So yeah, absolutely. Renee says she's with Caleb, which I assume is a reference to Polar Express. And then Sierra, of course, did confirm, and she says, yes, we screamed. And yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
It scared us to death.
That was terrifying.
Yeah, it did. Okay. Jacqueline says, my kids are into Transformers and Avengers now. Good choices.
Avengers is pretty great.
Actually, Jacqueline, if you haven't seen it yet, the new Bumblebee is probably better than
it's so cute.
all of the Transformers movies, just so you know.
I have never seen any of the other ones. I've only seen the Bumblebee.
I gotta be honest, like 3 or 4 of the Transformers movies are just not very good. The first one has a couple racy parts. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's okay. But Bumblebee was really, really good. It was sweet. I can't believe we made a robot.
was so
Like,
cute.
you got emotional about it. I was like, wow, he done. And then, of course, being a child of the 80s, man, I was totally spoiled. It was like total 80s alt rock. I was totally like down with that. So, haven't seen Bumblebee yet. Check that out. Avengers is, to me, the best popcorn movie ever made, meaning it's just like silly, fun, adventure, explosions, and you can just rewatch it over and over and over again. You know good guys are going to win, but you love the ride. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good choices. Anyway, they got it for Christmas, she says, so cool. Jacqueline says, Renee says that Dylan and Joshua as well, so that's awesome. Yeah, those are great films, a lot of fun. So with that, we have about 15 minutes left. Let's take a minute since we're on Avengers talk. Let's talk about the new. You're still into Marvel.
Yeah.
Your brother was like dismissive, like he's got.
He's like, it's over, it's dead.
We're gonna have to call out like his Marvel. Is Marvel gonna suffer for some fatigue? Because it has been like 20 something movies, so it is kind of a little bit. You're not. You're with me. We're like down like every single
Hey,
one.
Dad, you want to have a marathon?
Yeah, let's watch them. Drive your mom crazy with the 3 or 4 that she can tolerate, and the rest of them she's like, I don't want to watch that
Thor
one.
Ragnarok. That's pretty much it.
No, she watches the Guardians.
It's true.
She'll watch both Guardians and Ragnarok a lot. And if any of the Thor movies, because of Loki, like
Yeah.
she's all down with that. So we got to watch the King Kong movie because
Oh, yeah.
Tom Hiddleston's in it.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
It's okay.
She's all down with that. That and Ben Batch, those are the kind of things that she's totally down with. Okay, so the Avengers movies. So do you have a favorite? Like you're like, this one's in its own group? Or you're like, not really, I don't know.
Probably Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. My kids know movies, man. Winter Soldier is top notch. What? No, man, I mean, they get it. Like, you know how many people I've
Sorry.
seen where they have like Winter Soldier like 9th on the list or something, or they'll have, I don't know, some terrible Iron Man movie.
I've never
like,
seen any of the Iron Man movies.
you're not missing much. And the first one's okay, and it's cool that it was done and introduces stuff, but it's really him as Iron Man. It's just his casting
I'm not
is
huge
what's
on Iron
good.
Man anyway, so I'm gonna get hate.
It's a
for that,
lame
but it's
character.
fine.
Then it got whitewashed because Disney doesn't want to have all the alcoholism and the drinking. Because in the comic book, that's
Good.
what the problem is. They turn it into PTSD and all that. Okay, so let's talk about the new movies. So, what? Oh, we got comments.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Nina says, of course, Thor is good. Well, we know why.
No, Nina.
Thor is good. Because I had the joke, and actually I got teased by every guy that I work with because I wrote this article about how gratuitous Marvel was getting by having all the shirtless scenes, like in Captain America and Thor.
You can have it.
And they all teased me, and I'm like, it was so funny because it was literally like the Captain America. She's like, I'm gonna touch him, and it was like so ridiculous. And I remember watching Thor in the theater. He takes his shirt off. You could hear every woman. Everyone. It was insane. So yeah, Nina, we got it.
Yikes.
Yeah, we got it. See, Dylan's got good taste. Renee says that he says yes to Winter Soldier. Good job, Renee and Rob, for raising smart kids who know movies. Good job. Okay, so the new movies, they're going to be delayed. We don't know what's going on. But Black Widow is next. Do you think it's kind of cool to have her get her own film and have a chick leading the film, or what are you thinking?
I mean, I've never been a huge fan of Black Widow, but I think it'll be interesting to see that perspective.
I think it'll be interesting to see the Russian part with their super soldier, stuff like that. Taylor chimed in. She says, I want to see your face. Kevin and I both agree. Winter Soldier is the best.
Yeah.
And hey to Kev if he is watching right now.
Hey, man.
And then Taylor says, Thor is yummy.
Yikes. Hey, you need to calm down.
No, Taylor is hanging out with mom. That's mom's catchphrase. Thor is yummy. Yeah.
Yikes.
He would talk. It's okay. I have nothing to be afraid of. So, let's see. Renee does point out, hey, that's the only reason to watch them. Something to be said for that.
Mom's words.
By the way, it is the best part of this is because Marvel has strict rules to make them look like that. That Chris Pratt was the fat guy from Parks and Rec. Everyone freaked out over Chris Pratt going into a superhero movie. And now he's probably like, he can only eat certain food because he does not have a career if he were to get fat again. I don't know if he could ever be Fat Pratt again. I don't know if that would everybody accept that?
I don't know.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, it's Bob. So,
Hello.
Bob, he says Infinity War #1, The Avengers #2, Ragnarok 3, Guardians 4, and the first Iron Man 5. That's actually not a bad list. I will say the biggest thing about Infinity War was they'd actually killed them all. And it still does choke me up.
It's heartbreaking.
We had a hard
That
time.
was terrible.
And your mother is mean to you.
She's so mean.
She's always bringing up to you, Mr. Stark, I do not feel well. I don't feel so good. All the time.
It's
That
so
ugly cry.
mean.
I'm just saying.
I didn't ugly cry. I don't ever ugly
I didn't
cry.
shed any tears.
But I think I
they were
welled up.
welling.
I had tears for me, but I was when it comes to
But it
superhero
was
movies.
like-
It was rough. They did it though. That definitely deserves a lot of credit.
It's just Tom Holland breaking my heart in all of
And I will say to Bob, we actually, hey Dave, thanks for joining us. We're talking about Marvel movies right now, so good timing. I remember actually liking Avengers so much, I made Bob go with me to the theater. We actually crammed everybody in and fit ourselves in to see it, so we could see it in the theater. Those are good choices though. Let's see. All right. Taylor says, he is, don't lie. I also love Captain
He's high.
coming out of the machine in the first Avengers.
That's
So
oddly specific now. That's weird.
and she says, I don't accept Fat Thor, which is the Lebowski Thor. Yeah, that's
I
great.
remember watching for like my 15th birthday, 14th. I don't know. I don't remember how old I was.
Okay.
But I remember having a bunch of the girls over and we watched the first Captain America because I like that movie.
Yeah.
And then
Chris Evans
when,
ranks
like,
for you.
When the thing like opened
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
everyone was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
It
is
was-
really dramatic and unnecessary, but you know.
And again, they had to put Chris Evans through some serious crunches because
Yeah.
he did not look like that when he played Human Torch and other stuff that he's done. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that was good stuff. So you're down with Black Widow. The Eternals is a weird movie, but they pulled it off with Guardians and stuff. At this point, do you trust that Marvel can just you give it a chance at this point? Because really not. Cause the worst ones are the old ones, right? So Incredible Hulk or maybe Iron Man 2, which you haven't seen any of the Iron Man movies. But is there a worse one for you, really? I mean, I really can kind of sit through most of them.
I can't think of one that I just don't like.
Iron Man 2 is actually worse for me than even the Incredible Hulk. I have a hard time. Iron Man 2 is just not an enjoyable experience for me. So I can guarantee you that we won't be sitting and watching that anytime soon. Are there any that you're looking forward to, like the new Spider-Man?
Of course.
You're
Of course,
Tom
the new
Holland's
Spider-Man.
#1 fan, like I'm. Yeah,
It's my boy.
yeah, she's all about stalking Tom at times. So, yeah. All right, we had a question that went
You
by.
don't have to call me out like that, Dad.
Okay, I know. I'm trying to get it, Tay. Taylor says I asked a question. I know.
Okay, so
I know.
angry. Calm down.
I know. My end doesn't keep me.
We understand that you're very.
It won't
attracted to the
stay for me is the problem. It just keeps moving around. Okay. Taylor asks a serious question. She says, what do you feel is your best trait?
like physically or
I don't know.
personality?
What do you think? You could do both. I don't care.
I like my eyes.
You have awesome eyes.
Thanks.
Yeah. What do you think is your best like personality or character trait?
I'm generally happy.
She is always happy. You're selling yourself short. I don't know, Taylor. We'll see what you think. So, I think that it's her constant levels of joy, in my opinion. All right. So we mentioned some Marvel movies briefly. We'll move on because we got to close out. And as last time we did question time. Want to do question time?
Sure.
let's do question time.
Speed round.
Kind of. Let's see here. Full of joy, Miss Jacqueline says. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Okay, so let's see. If you could have a celebrity come to your funeral, who would you want to show up?
That's so specific.
I know.
I want Crowder to sing something at my funeral.
Oh, that's a great choice.
We'll sing I Saw the Light.
Oh, yeah. I saw the light.
Have a hoedown up in my funeral.
That's awesome. That's a good choice. I am so down with that. That'd be awesome. Have to make some phone calls.
Are you killing me off soon, Dad?
No, I just meant make sure that we got him all hooked up.
Because I'll be there for that.
We'll actually
able
soak
to
that up
participate.
and enjoy that. Yeah, that made Jacqueline happy. And her joy is a great point, Taylor says. And Nina says, for sure. So that definitely is your biggest thing. Okay, so, all right. Because you're not a sports person. So I thought this was even better to figure out what you would even try. I'm not even sure you totally know what these things are. So I'm going to go on the basis that you do. If you could win $5 million or be publicly shamed for failing, do you want to try to make a free throw shot, kick a penalty shot in soccer against an elementary school goalie, or try to kick an NFL football through the goalpost?
Not a free throw, because I tried that and it did not go well.
Oh, really? That's the easy one for me. I can imagine that one. Yeah, I'm good.
I tried really hard.
All right, what you got?
And it did not go far.
You gonna take your chances against the elementary school goalie, or are you gonna try to stand there and see if you can figure out how to get it up over the goalpost?
How far are you from the goalpost when you?
You can be as close as you want to be. If you think you can figure out
punt it.
Well, hopefully you have to kick it. I don't know how you
if
want.
Someone holds it, or if I have to punt it.
You can try either way, because it's not your
Can I
thing.
try both?
You get one try.
Oh dang. Probably the elementary school kids.
You gotta take
Either
your
way,
shot.
It's not gonna end well for me.
You gotta take your shot. You're publicly shamed as the girl that missed.
I accept it.
All right, that's interesting. Good. Okay, well, this was just a really fun one. We got to do it again. So if you were stuck in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, you got to eat your way out of a food. What food?
Pasta.
Pasta's too generic. Go significantly. Just one food.
Do you want me to give you a specific pasta dish?
Yes. I want a dish. Spaghetti, lasagna.
I don't really care what kind of noodles. But there's like some 5 cheese marinara and like a buttload of Parmesan.
Oh, all right. We'll take it. Parmesan it is. Okay. Very cool.
Maybe
all
I
right.
want to live in it. I don't know.
Oh, let's see here. Question wedding. Oh, hey, Kenny. Kenny joined us. Maynard joined. Hey to you guys. Good to get a chance to talk. Taking a break from all the crazy. We're at the final round of question time. So I'm not sure I understand, Renee. What does wedding question marks mean?
I'm
so
not getting
let me
married.
know. Renee says lasagna, so I think she's down with pasta on Cloudy.
If somebody wants to give me a pool of lasagna, I will not be upset.
Yeah, Chris Minnick joined as well, and pasta not an option. Now what? You got a backup plan to pasta? Dave wants to know. Second favorite?
I was thinking ice cream, but that would be pretty terrible to be trapped inside of.
Yeah, wouldn't you get
Can
brain
I be
freeze?
on top on like a
Wouldn't
boogie board?
Wouldn't you get brain freeze really fast?
That would be terrible. Can we do I have a time limit?
I don't know.
Can I stretch this out for a
Does
day?
anyone get trapped in ice cream in that movie? Is there really much ice cream? I don't remember.
Yeah,
I know there's scoops of ice cream. It snows, but
It snows ice cream.
okay. All right.
And they throw ice cream snowballs, which is safe.
All right. Okay, so then let's see. Would you rather have all the food you want and never get fat, or have all the food you want for free?
I don't want to get fat.
Don't want to you eat whatever you want and never get fat.
Yeah, that'd be so convenient.
That'd be awesome, right? I can live with what I can afford as long as I can eat and eat and eat.
Yep.
I am with you. And actually, more importantly than just getting fat, I just want to be able to eat everything again. I'm ready. This is why I couldn't answer the question. And there's another question we could do about do you want to know when you die or how you die and that kind of thing. I personally don't want to know, because the day before you'll know.
You're all on edge.
You'll know I know, because I will be on. I will eating every pizza. I will eat all the things I am not.
You'll die from that.
I will just hand. That's what can finish me off. That's awesome. Okay, and Nina says she could do ice cream. We know.
Can we have some sweaters in the ice cream?
I don't know. I didn't really write all the rules out. I didn't really think this through. But it's fun to take a break from the serious stuff. Talk about how to debate about how to eat yourself out of ice cream from Cloudy with a Chance of
Surf on
Meatballs.
ice cream.
Surfs up on the ice cream. Yeah. You ride the stick, like the ice cream, like a ice cream stick. Would you rather be stuck in Jumanji or Jurassic Park?
Ooh. Probably Jurassic Park. There's at least some sort of structure there. Jumanji,
The dinosaurs are
running around.
Dinosaurs are running loose.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's at least, like, safe places. Jumanji, everything's just coming at you trying to kill you.
That's true, because I would choose Jurassic Park too, because I couldn't handle the uncertainty of the magic.
That too.
My problem with
rules
Jumanji,
just change
I don't
all
know
the
what the
time.
rules are. Like with Jurassic Park, you're just trying not to eat and figure out how to get off. There's got to go live by the river where the vegetarian animals are and have their food and not try to die. Like a Stegosaurus, the odds are good. They're still talking about the ice cream, by the way. Dave Vernon says there is a serious brain freeze contingency.
Exactly.
So I don't know what to do there, because
I'll
you
eat
just
cake.
yeah, well, yeah, we could do cake. Renee says Jurassic Park as well. Riley says she would go with us, and she loves her dinos.
Yeah.
So we go hang out with the Stegosaurus and Brontosauruses, Brachiosaurus. Because I think that'd be cool. There's got to be fruit. You got to be able to survive on that kind of stuff. I don't need to eat the meat.
We could tame them. Doesn't Chris Pratt have, like, pet raptors, pretty much? Kind of?
Yeah, so it'd be way easier to train, like raise a Stegosaurus or something from its baby, your Triceratops
like
or something.
Triceratops and, like, ride it.
And could you get a cool leash and walk one around? That'd be so cool. So cool.
There's an idea.
Taylor agrees with Jurassic Park, and Renee went all total meatballs on us. She says ice cream cake. See,
There's an idea.
you guys are absolutely awesome. That is a
love
great suggestion.
I like this narrowing down.
It's like a game. There should be like a board game, like like a
Which
Cloudy
food you
with a
get stuck in.
Yeah, which food you get, and you have to go get the food and then eat the food to advance in the game.
The food.
I know that'd be awesome. We can find food that I can actually eat. So, all right. Let's see. Okay. Name a food that you love and maybe even secretly eat, but is actually considered gross by most people.
I don't know about secretly eat. I don't really.
Well, or secretly, like you don't really want people to know that you just love this food. So, for example, like, I mean, obviously, I don't now. We've done really well not eating at McDonald's, where I'm like, throwing down McDonald's all the time. But anytime I remotely have McDonald's at work, people would always like cringe, like, oh, like I'm so white trash that I eat McDonald's. I'm like, I have no shame.
You know what you
I don't know these people. Yeah, I know the people there by name, so you're not phasing me. You got a food that people would cringe or know, like you actually eat this?
I eat a lot of pickles.
It's
kind
know
of
what?
50-50 on how people feel about it.
That's a good choice, because literally when she says she'll eat a pickle,
I went and got a cup and put a bunch of
it's just a
pickles in it
pickle.
yesterday.
We were somewhere and you were like, can I have a pickle, Dad? And I'm like,
oh, it was when we were at Winn-Dixie.
yeah, you were
like
just
a big barrel of pickles.
you just grabbed a pickle. And I'm like, who eats
And I ate it in the car.
I know, ate it on the ride home. Okay.
I have no regrets.
There's something about pickles. That's something to be said. So, okay. We have about a minute and a half. Okay. So Renee says, don't say batwing soup.
Ew.
So, awesome. All right.
Mom, stop.
All right. Well, it's been fun. We took a break from the crazy, spent some cool time together, shared some stories. Anything else? No? I don't mean to be intimidating to you guys, because you guys aren't really asking me much. So that's really interesting. But yeah, so no batwing soup, but we had some cool time. Ice cream and ice cream cake. So guys, thank you so much for spending time with us. I hope that you get something out of this and have a chance to just chillax and just, I don't know, get a break, man. The news is overwhelming. Half the people are on shutdowns, lockdowns, all sorts of nonsense, things like that. And we posted a devotion today. You can go to the Brandon Jones page. You'll see we did a little video with Riley, which was a blast. So we'll definitely do some more of that. Maybe we can get Caleb and Aria to participate in something. And we're going to try to maybe do another video and keep on doing this. Try to take a break from everybody's stressful lives and stuff. So thanks for...
Pickles.
Are they still talking? Oh, dill pickles every day, says Kenny. Look, we're going to post this online.